Hello everyone, this is Josh from Riskers and Wrenches, and again with another weird video for the channel is some electronics fixing up and restoration. I got this PS3 for free out of an old house my dad was going to have demolished, and he said, hey, if you want to look through, I know you do scrapping, if you want to look through and see if there's any old bed frames or anything like that, if you want to scrap, you're welcome to. And I found this thing. Alrighty, I'm going to put this little annotation right here. If you hear me reference the Xbox, I did record it, but sadly my camera was angled a little bit too far down. It didn't record a lot, and the close-up footage I got of it just kind of seemed to disappear, so I'm not too happy with how that video turned out. If enough of you guys do want to see it, I will pop it out. I do have all the footage still, but I'm just not really happy on the way it turned out, so I'm probably not going to release it. So if you hear me talking about, oh, there's this original Xbox, I did fix it up, I did get it working, but it's probably not going to be in this channel because I'm not happy with the way the video turned out. But enough of me yapping, let's get back into it. And an original Xbox that I did, in fact, clean up and get working beautifully on this channel. It wasn't having any issues to begin with, but it was extremely, extremely filthy with rat pee, dog food. We took it all apart, cleaned up the thermal paste, everything like that. And we're going to do the same thing here on this PS3. Now, when I originally got this thing, it did not output any video at all, whether it be composite or HDMI. And I thought, obviously there's something wrong with it. This thing's obviously super, super filthy. It's dirty. I'm sure this thing was caked full of dust and has overheated plenty of times in its life. And I figured, probably overheated one too many times and cooked some solder joints or some capacitor or something in here. And I'm probably going to have to fix it up in there. But I did a display driver reset, which is, where you hold the power button for a long time. It turns on and off a couple times and beeps at you. And I actually did get display coming out of this thing from HDMI. So I'm super, super excited for that. And on top of that, it does read the games that were with this thing in the house. There was, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, a bunch of older games, and it actually does work and play them. Now, I do want to go back down memory lane playing old games from my childhood, especially on older controllers and things like that, but this thing is absolutely filthy, and I feel horrible using this thing the way it is. I'm sure this thing's fans are just packed full of cake and dust and dirt, and I want to get this thing cleaned up with new thermal paste applied so I do not hurt it while I'm trying to play it. And well, without further ado, that's what we're going to do here in this video. We're going to take this whole thing apart, clean it up, put new thermal paste in there, and just give it a good, solid, deep cleaning from how dirty it is right now. Okay, first things first, let's just charge any juice we got in there by holding the power button. Now, surprisingly, this thing is actually in pretty decent shape on the outside. It's really ugly and filthy and dirty, but there's no big old dents, scratches, anything like that. All the feet pegs and everything like that are in place, which is kind of cool. Gives me hope the thing probably never been apart. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It probably isn't too good for the longevity of it because it's probably caked full of dust and dirt and grime, and it's probably gotten hot a fair few times. So we're going to give this thing a good wipe down on the outside before getting into it because this thing is just making me just mad with how dirty it is. So let's give this thing a good wipe down and see what we're looking like. You hear weird noises in the background. My dogs are like right down here eating and moving the food bowl around and everything. So I do apologize for that, but they're having just a fun time pushing the food bowl around. They love it so much. Well, there's the top of it looking actually a little bit decent. There is a few nicks here, as you guys can probably tell, depending on the angle. They're kind of hard to see, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. There are a few blue marks up here I'm trying to polish off. You guys probably can't see that too well, can you? Let me get a little closer. There you go, you can see them. There are a few little blue marks. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure I can polish those off. But let's move on to the bottom now, because this thing is where it gets really gross. Ugh. Now, this thing isn't as bad as a maraca as the original Xbox was that I got from the house. I mean, as you guys can see here, it is just coated. And when I actually set it on this rag right here, you guys can see it dropped out a bunch of stuff. And just listen to this. But I'm sure this thing is probably still just as full of rat pee as that thing was. That. Well, now it's at least presentable. It's not beautiful, but it's not going to give me any diseases I didn't start today with, I don't hope. Well, let's see here. I believe on, it's either this side, other side. This side's got a little panel that, yep, you're supposed to push back a little bit and pull out, and oh my goodness, yeah, look at that. Dirty and filthy. It's clearly been sucking in dirt and grime for a long, long time. So let's start getting this poor old thing apart, hoping that she plays nice. She should. We are trying to make her whole again. See, this is the original hard drive. I can find a date code somewhere. Here's the thing on it. I don't know if you can see a date code anywhere. See. This is scary right here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is terrifying. Woo! Woo! Got her off there. Didn't break any of the clips. Amazing. Perfect. This one goes, oh, this way. Ooh, is it off? Is it free? What's free? Oh my goodness. Oh, look at all the hair and the lint. My goodness. Look at all that in there. And see, this is why I needed to take this thing apart to clean it. I knew it was going to be filthy. Yeah, this thing's never been apart. The warranty sticker is still right there. I'm going to be the first person to pop into this whole thing. Well, guess here goes nothing. Oh, that was terrifying. Oh, it's off. Woo!
I see a lot of dust here.
The guy I'm watching on his is like, I see a lot of dust here. Yeah, I see a lot of dust too. Oh my god. It's a miracle this thing didn't cook itself. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how these things, I do know how they get so dirty. People just live with dogs and cats and put them on carpet, and this poor thing. Oh, this big old brick, big old black brick on the back is the power supply. See how dirty this thing is on the inside of it. It's filthy. There we go. My goodness. Oh, it's gross. Oh yeah. Look at all that dust and everything. I wonder if I shake it and anything will come out. No, nothing will come out. Well, that's a good sign, probably. But I mean, look, it's just caked in hair and grime and grossness. Oh my goodness. Look at the case now. It's just filthy. Filthy. Alright, now we should be able to just lift. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is a big moment. Ooh! Ooh! Look at that. Look at the grossness, all the sconge. Look at the bottom of this thing, too. Look at all the, like, stuff in the, ugh. It's not very cash money. It's disgusting. Good heads up here if you're starting to get into electronics. Do YouTube, because this is, I mean, if this video does good or bad, I don't really care too much. I mean, I'd love for it to do good, but I can watch this back and go, oh, that screw came from there, that came from there, oh, that's how that went on, that's where that part went. It's just so much easier when you document things, and if you're documenting them by videoing them, you might as well just upload them to YouTube. You never know, people could just start watching it, you know, put it on whenever they're going to sleep, and all of a sudden you have 3 million followers on your channel, and you're getting paid to do it. Ooh, is it going to be dirty? Oh, that's actually pretty clean on the underside of there. Very clean, actually. A little bit of dust on there, but the motherboard, very pretty. Very pretty. A little bit of dust here and there. A little bit of grossness, I won't lie. Some, there definitely is something on the motherboard up there by my thumb. We're going to figure out what that is. If that's a capacitor leaking or something. I just want to make sure nothing's leaking on this board to kill it. Because I know On a lot of old consoles, there's certain capacitors that will leak, and when they leak, they can kill motherboards. So you want to kind of do preventative maintenance on those ones. But this is hanging out now. Should be able to just. Yep. Okay. I've got a couple wires. I do have a couple wires here. There we go. Now we can see the beating heart of this piece. Look at that old school watch battery on there. I should probably replace that. I might go to Dollar General and see if they have one of them watch batteries. But there's your that's your battery and everything for your clock and your clock and your date read and everything like that. I'll probably replace that. But we are going to take rubbing alcohol and everything to that motherboard, clean it up, and this heatsink, get all the junk and everything out of this fan so it can breathe properly. Because this is just a recipe for overheating. This is not very cash money. It's gross. Oh, I bet the thermal sink itself is held on there, but these things just hold on to the fan. I bet that's exactly what happens here. I bet if I lift up on this now, just the fan will come off. Come on now. Get on it. There we go. Whoop. The antenna wires and everything are kind of still connected, and they're fighting a little bit. Come on now. Oh, those are the. There we go. Let me unhook all of these. Unhook these guys. Unhook this guy. There we go. There we go. So our antennas are right here. That's what those little guys are, is your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antenna. And then here's our fan. It's actually, in there, isn't as bad as I thought it would be. This obviously is caked in dust and everything. But this, I figured that'd be in a lot worse shape. I mean, there's really not a lot there. I mean, it's obviously dirty. It's got dog hair and everything in it, but I expected it to be a lot worse. So now that I've got this apart, I'm just going to start cleaning, scraping off thermal paste, cleaning up motherboard, cleaning up these parts, kind of cleaning as I go. I'll pop up, once I get to it, I'll pop open this, the power supply, get all the dust and everything out of there. But first, I'm going to get all this other stuff cleaned, and then I can start reassembling the console itself. So let's just start with this little guy here, then the motherboard, and then that guy. Let's do that, yeah. Well, alrighty, this is a lot better than what it was. It got all that thermal paste cleaned off of there. Got all the gunk and grime cleaned off of the fan and the heat sink and everything. Not much left in there. Gave it a good little blow dry. So this guy's pretty well cleaned. It's what it's going to be like for now. Let's move on to that little top bit there, that little fan shroud. Get him cleaned. We'll mount him back on that thing. Then we'll move on to the motherboard, get it cleaned, mount it back on, and then we'll just, like I said, just keep on reassembling things as we go. This is the before for this thing. You can see how dirty it is. Literally, like hairball right there. This thing is gross. Even on the inside of it's dusty and looks like this thing was a car that lived on a gravel road all of its life. It's gross. Yes, people that are watching probably the extended cut that I'm going to release, it's unedited. I'm watching old Achievement Hunter on here, man. It's a throwback. Makes me feel old watching this stuff. I remember when this stuff first came out. Just a couple months ago, probably 5-6 months ago now, that Achievement Hunter actually shut down. They did their final little bye-byes here just a little bit ago. End of an era. I mean, love them or hate them, they were part of most people's childhood. I mean, you can't knock them for that. Cannot knock them for that. Alright, now we're looking a little bit spiffier. We got a little bit of dust on there. Now we got this thing looking a lot better than what it was. A lot less dust, a lot less dust, a lot less grossness on there. It's mounted back onto the shroud where it should be. Now we can move on to the motherboard itself, and then we can pop the motherboard back into this housing and start, like I said, reassembling it. I don't know why I keep saying that over and over again. I'm kind of losing my mind here. Alright, now I got the motherboard all cleaned up, got thermal paste off that guy, and our little GPU and CPU right there. It's a little itty-bitty PlayStation logo on there, isn't that cute? And then Sony Entertainment things on the CPU right there. So I'm going to put some thermal paste on these guys, set them on the heat sink, and then we're going to squish it all back down, and this thing will actually, hopefully, be cooling the way it should. Alright, we've got the swoopy doopy back into its spot. I'm gonna now work on cleaning the case itself, because once I get that cleaned, I can set this guy back in there. But it's all looking a hell of a lot better than what it was. I mean, this thing's got no more dust, dirt on it. It's got new thermal paste, no more junk inside of all the fins and everything like that. This is gonna run a lot smoother than what it was before. Look at that. There's the before. Look at all. Just like that, the inside of it actually looks like white plastic and not just weird designs of dust. So isn't that special? Absolutely glorious. We're going to pop that circuit board back in here. I mean, the button clicks now. The little eject button goes in and out the way it should. This thing was just absolutely caked full of grossness. This just had many, many years of sweaty, grimy, probably Mountain Dew infested fingers poking it. And now it is actually clean. Alright, now it's actually secured where it needs to be, which is even more exciting. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the power supply, because once I clean up the power supply, I can pop that guy back in there, hook up these connections, then I can do the disk drive, pop that guy back in there, and then I just got the cases and everything like that, and the lid to clean up, and this thing is actually ready to play games once again. So this is getting pretty darn exciting. Pretty darn exciting indeed. Oh yeah, she's just as yummy as the inside of the console was. Just a bunch of hair and dirt and dust. Yeah, we're gonna get this thing just a quick blowout. We're not gonna do anything crazy to it. I mean, it obviously still works just fine, just it needs a good cleaning. There we go. There's our power supply, nice and beautiful. No more dust in the vents, nothing like that. It's looking amazing. That's all back together now. Now we can do the beautiful, to some people, disk drive. And yeah, this thing is just completely a gross sponge fit. Look at that. Look at all that junk and everything on the bottom there and around the corner. Just gonna give this thing a quick dust off. Very, very light scrubbing right here. I'm not gonna get into the little readers right here. You don't want to really mess with these. These are super, super sensitive, so don't want to mess those up. Where he should be, that's where that guy should be, that's where that guy should be. Alright, on this, everything's where it should be, which is amazing. So now I can move this out of the way and we can start working on this god-awful mess and hopefully get these gears spinning a little bit better, because I do want this thing to open and close the correct way. I would really, really like that. All right, I think we're ready to marry the two halves once again. There she is, all gorgeous. No more dust bunnies and grossness. It's actually a little bit up here. There we go. Now she's gorgeous. Now she's gorgeous. Now she's ready to go to the prom. And I push the button. Oh my goodness, that actually looks so much better. And it actually locked in place right there too. Oh. Okay, now it's gonna make a liar out of me. Of course. Now you're gonna start playing hard to get. You just did such a good job 2 seconds ago. There you go. I think your spring's a little bit gross. You know what? Let's see how difficult this spring is to just kind of tweak a little bit so it actually gets a little bit more tension on it. Now she's got some tension on her. Yeah. That's trying a little bit better. All right. Now it's time to marry the two halves. And hopefully for the last time until I do a modification on this thing to make it more retro gaming friendly. Ooh. Come on, man. Ooh. You might have it over a little bit too much. Maybe like this. There you go. You happy? You happy? Oh yeah, she's happy. I think this one's the sliding one. And yep, this one's the one that goes in the front. That one's the one that goes in the back. Alright. Set that guy up there out the way. Do just my last little bit of scrubbing here on these horribly dirty front panels. They are pretty darn gross. They're just like the case was. They got weird designs and dirt on them. They don't look very white. They look like yellowy tan. Pop this guy in. Maybe. Was it this way? Oh, like this? In there? Yeah, there we go. There's that fruit and dust. Alright, let's do this again. How did I do that other time where it went in there beautifully? Like that, maybe? Yeah. There we go, there's that. Now we'll clean off this little side guy. This is the last little bit. Shows just how gross this thing really was. After this thing's going to be a clean little beast. Alright. This is it. This is the last piece right here. Front towards the front. Set her in where she needs to be, and kabam. She is completely... Get last little bit of plastic clips here. She's completely reassembled. Permanently on there, that little grime. Until I get not lazy and actually scrub clean. But the only real dot is right there under the HDMI port. Everything else in this thing looks so much better than when we started, dude. This thing was a scones pit when we first started. Let's go plug it in and make sure she still works. Power's on. All right, well, here's the moment of truth. I borrowed one of my buddy's PlayStation 4 controllers because the controllers that came with this thing were absolutely junk. But we've got a red light. Let's see what happens. Oh, turned on. Do we get display? Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh. Beautiful. She still works. Oh, that's just amazing. That makes me feel so special inside. Alrighty, and just to show you guys that this thing does actually read games, we got Black Ops 2 for the PS3. I'm gonna set this guy in there. Close her on up. And I apologize for the mess. I just started my little retro game collection. I got this thing too. This thing is a PS2 that I bought from a garage sale like 2 or 3 years ago for 99 cents with no thing, and it actually does work with the disk drive's junk. But as we can see right here, there it is. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, baby. This is my childhood, dude. Granted, I was an Xbox child. I had the Xbox 360, the original Xbox, the Xbox One, and all that stuff. But I played the crap out of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Those were my original Call of Duties. And World at War. I love World at War. But come on now. Focus. Look at that beautifulness right there. Look at that beautifulness. And well, just like that, we are completely done fixing this old destroyed PlayStation 3 back up and getting it reading and playing games amazingly. I do have these two old PlayStation 3 controllers that came with it. They do not work. If you guys want to see me try to fix these things up on the channel, make sure to let me know down in the comments. But this was Josh from Risk of the Wrenches with my brand new to me and fixed up PlayStation 3 that is playing games amazingly. If you guys like this type of stuff, make sure to let me know down in the comments. It's something new I'm kind of trying out for this channel. And well, without further ado, like I said, this was Josh from Risk of the Wrenches. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you guys in the next next one. Peace out. Among Us. Dreams are made of these. I didn't want to be the guy that, you know, filmed random children without their consent. That'd probably put me on a watch list somewhere.